because this is there's a lot of meridian that actually goes through here. Or I think in Thailand they call this sen lines. In the Chinese word, they use that as sen lines. They use that as acupuncture lines. It's gone. Meridians. The Indians call it, the prana. Okay, not too strong.
No.
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
It actually feels quite relaxing doing this pressure point work like this. And again, you can, if you get to a point where there might be a trigger point in there, you might say, oh, I felt that. Yeah. So then you can focus on that. Or down here, I can feel that there's a little bit of tension through here. Now, the other thing I can do too when I feel this, before I even go in to do any more, I think, oh, well, it's a little bit tighter here. What I can do, excuse me, I can come here and I might just do on this side a little bit traction. Okay. Comfortable?
Comfortable.
Okay.
Traction, focusing on
Traction is okay. I'm pulling. You'll probably feel this
on the left side.
On the left side, yeah. There's just a little bit of traction. It may not do anything much, but it feels good.
Yes.
And it may even just sort of assist in stretching that little part of there. And then once you've got to there a little bit, then you can just do a little jerk movement like that. And sometimes it might go open up. It doesn't move. Okay, then we can come back to here. Okay. A little bit softer. A bit more couple. Okay, so then we can continue with this here. Now, once we've done this, you may go up and down here probably 2-3 times. However comfortable you feel with that. It's just the pressures. Okay, now what we're going to do now is work the little paraspinal muscles. Or saw? Sakit?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, Sakit. Okay. Now what we can do from here, we'll use this side here. Now we can do the paraspinal, the little multifidi or the core muscles. So they're only short muscles. So we start from here, the bony landmarks, just a little bit of transverse friction like this. No need to go really hard, because if they go hard they'll contract up and you won't get through into the multifidi. Because those little multifidi can be responsible for possible the rotation in the spine as well. So we just start from here, go up, each one of those, and you'll start to be able to you'll be able to feel in there which ones are taut, or sore, or even referring trigger maybe. Because they do, like every muscle in the body is susceptible to actually getting a trigger. Okay, so just a nice little transverse friction. Okay?
Okay.
The side good, eh?
How can you tell the difference between rectus spine and the multi?
The rectus spinae, the muscle fibers are going this way.
Okay.
Okay, so if I was doing the rectus spinae, I would go this way. But because the multifidi tend to go a different angle, so what I'm doing, and I don't push so hard. If I push hard, I'll contract the larger muscle. So you just let loose, and if I went real harder, you may not be comfortable, you might tense up. So it's a bit hard to actually totally give 100% certain that you're there. But we know that if I'm just doing this nice and lightly, I will be going over those core musculature. And you'll find sometimes there may be a tension spot in there. There's a little bit just there. A bit Sakit there. Yeah, a little bit. So you'll be able to feel these little points as well. Then I can just transverse friction. So you go up one side. Yeah, so you flinch? Yes. So there might be a little tender spot in there, yeah? Tender? Yeah. So I'd probably stay on there for till I feel as if it's easing off. I can feel a little bit of tension. That might even be in the paraspinal. I call sometimes this feeling ropey, like a rope. Yeah, so I think that part there is more paraspinal. So when I got to there, he flinched, but not so much that way, because I can't feel through the big muscle. Yes. So I think it's the paraspinal. And when I go this way, it's more, so that part is more paraspinal. I'll continue up through there. That's a little bit lighter there, that's better. You can feel difference. So with your hands, it's, you know, you can feel people. It just takes practice, but you guys are massaging really well. You look really good. It's good. So you already have the tactile ability. So we just go right up through there. It's just a matter of understanding where the muscles are and the anatomy and all that sort of thing. And it takes a long time, but it's a good study. It's something that you can study for the rest of your life.
I study anatomy, and then when I try to remember it, I try to write all the
Yeah.
muscle in my body.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Before I sleep.
Yeah, you still.
Yeah.
When I first started, I used to look at the anatomy charts and think, oh my God, am I going to remember all that?
It's not easy.
No, it's true. It's
And
quite
because
quite
it's in
daunting.
Latin and Greek, it doesn't make sense, does it? There's all these words that are just so foreign to us.
I
That's
studied.
why I write all the names of the muscle on my skin.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And I see it, and then I remember it.
Yeah.
Dan, I've got a picture, but it's not very good. Colour.
That's not so bad. That's okay. It's better than what was there before. I studied Latin at school. When I was at school, Latin. Yeah. I thought, well, why am I studying Latin? This is just... But Latin and Greek now. It's funny how it came together. And we did French, which was quite good. French. I learned French. I'm trying to learn Bahasa Malaysian. We did do Indonesian course once too, but it didn't sort of work out. They were just teaching us holiday language. We wanted to learn that properly.
Holiday language.
Holiday language, yes.
Je parle français.
But we found found that it's better to learn from the people. So we sit there and listen to you people talk, and we pick up a word here and there, and then we sort of add.
Direct application.
Yeah, it's much better. So we've done that up that side. Excuse me.
Tata Bahasa? Bad?
New vocabulary.
Mm. Okay. I found that in Vietnam too. They have old language and new language.
Yeah.
When we went there, I used to say some words from a long time. They said, "Oh no, it's old language. We have now new language." Okay, so we can come up this side now. We went through there. I did find a little sensitive spot around here, but I think it's probably in the paraspinal, not so much the deeper core muscles. As you can see on the chart now, that my IT expert and interpreter over here has fixed the computer. So they're the little paraspinals that you can see there. They're the ones we're doing the massage on now. So if you don't go too heavy, you'll be able to feel the difference in there. So like I said, when I got up here, I felt that tension spot there was more the paraspinals, which are the large muscle. And there's definitely a difference on here. You can see a difference. More tender here? Yeah, more sore. Okay. I reckon it might be coming from here, not sure yet. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right hand.
Right hand, yeah. Sometimes people, like I see a lot of tradespeople that are working, like plumbers and carpenters and bricklayers even, they tend to use maybe the right-hand side, but the other side is just stabilising.
Yeah.
So sometimes the stabiliser, if I'm doing some hammering or sawing, this side is quite flexible, but the other side is stabilising.
Rigid.
Yeah, so it gets rigid, and that sometimes is the case. Okay, so we're a little bit sensitive through this area, and you can see that it's up higher. Hopefully, when we start doing the pelvic balancing, we'll be able to ease that off. And the pelvic balancing is not hard. When you see, you think, oh, and it's very, very effective for a lower back problem. How you doing? Sore. Yeah, I can feel here. Again, I can feel that this is in the paraspinal, not the deeper core muscles. So when I get up to here, I think, oh, that's different. So if I go this way, I can feel a difference in there. So I know that that's the paraspinals. We'll come back here. So when you start working with people, the other thing I'd be looking at too is to make sure that the shoulders are level, because when we do the pelvic balancing, we'll be having the person stand there and we'll be looking at the shoulders and the knees and the hips and all that sort of thing. Okay, so it's definitely more sensitive on the left-hand side. Okay? It's okay? Sort of. So just nice and light. Now, once we've done that one there, we've done the pressure, the points with the thumb, and now we've done the transverse friction here. There's another section of the body that we need to work at. Where the ribs come around here, the ribs come through here, I and then there's a little a dip through here. Now, where the ribs attach, they also join onto the segments of the spine. And where every time where there's a bone that attaches to bone, it's attached there by ligament. Ligaments are the strong attachment sites there, whereas tendons, actually, yeah, you can just about see it in
can't see
there.
that much, but the white on the end is
Yeah, that's where the rib attaches. Now in there,
Oh, the white segment
The little-
between the ribs.
yeah, between the ribs in here. Now you usually find that there's a little, if you feel through here, there's a little dip. You can feel where the ribs come in and there's a dip there. There's the paraspinals there. Okay, so out here, that can get strained from twisting things like this. So that can get a strain in there. The ligaments, it's a bit like spraining ankle. You saw her? Okay. And sometimes it can refer pains too. So I'm just going to come. Oh, there's one. Instantly I can feel the pain as soon as he knows it's Sakit. Yeah, there's a little bit there. So it could be even coming from the rib where it's attached to this. I'll keep going, we won't. Oh, we see a little bit tender through there. A little there. Through there. So this is where you were feeling sensitive before? So it could be coming from the rib attachment. You haven't had broken ribs any time?
No.
No? Good. Okay, so quite sensitive through there. Okay. We'll only be able to get to about here because then you've got the trapezius that goes across there, a bit hard to get down in it. I would come back down, so I'm focusing here, so there seems to be a problem
From that region.
yeah. So I will come up and I'll do the same thing. I go around that side because it's easier to work opposite side. I'll just do this for the sake of brevity. Okay, so we will work up through here. A little bit sensitive there. So and you'll be able to feel the ribs where they attach. This takes a little bit more time and a little bit more ease. Yeah. Not so bad through here. Feels okay as compared to that side. So that up there is probably relating to the pain that he may be having in there when we do the pelvic balancing. And so see, this side's not too bad. A little bit of sensation down there, certainly around that section through there. Okay, so just recapping quickly. So first off, we did the compression with the heel of hand, just to get a feel of how the body feels. Like this. Okay, we would do both sides, up and down, maybe 2-3 times possibly. Actually can feel quite nice, but you also get a feel whether there's sensation. Round the other side, do the same thing here. Okay, then we can come up and we can use the thumb to go up through the meridian lines of the middle back. And then we'll go up and down maybe twice, if you wish. I'll just move on quickly. And then obviously you will do the other side. And this feels different, that side to that side. It's actually softening a little bit in there. Okay. Good. Okay, up and down, right up to the top of the neck. And back down again. And then thirdly, we will go in and we will do transverse from the spine here out that way, out towards the shoulder, against the transverses. So we just do little transverse processes like this, looking for any tautness that may be in there. Not too bad through there. I can feel the difference there, see? So I think, oh, okay, when I'm doing that there, I felt more of the larger muscle. So then I'll probably come out here and work through here like this. I'll see the difference.
You change the direction.
Yeah, change direction now, because while I was doing this, that felt okay, but when I got to there, I could feel the difference. Yeah, well, the trapezius actually comes down to the so, and it could be that or the larger muscle, the spinal erectus feels different. So I'll go up through here in that section. Okay, and it feels better there. So then I'll go back and do.
Okay.
Yeah, change direction again. So that little section there, paraspinals, maybe that's why it's a bit higher, but I suspect it's coming from the hip at this stage. So we would do that right up through the back like this, getting a good feel for the spine. Okay, up here, no problem. And then we come around and do the same on the other side like this, each one of the segments. So that's our first little remedial section there, and you'll be able to apply this once we've done all the pelvic work after. Then from there we'll go in and we'll do some oil massage. So this is probably your basic massage work that you've been doing. The nice long strokes up through the back, over the top of the shoulder.
Boleh, tak masalah lah.
Ada dekat bibik aku tak pergi.
Itulah, kau tengok lah nanti kasi lintang buka mana.
Okay, 3, 4 maybe, whichever you're comfortable with. Then this one. Done this one too? Yeah,
Edit.
done most
Yang
of these.
tergelak-gelak tu edit lah.
Okay, so I'll just just do the full work.
I feel a little bit sensitive.
Yeah, sensitive on here. Okay, we'll just ease it down for you. Go around to the other side. We'll do some kneading. I'll just ease up a little bit because he's sensitive on the skin. But this side, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's probably related to that. Yeah. Okay, so then we would do kneading. And when we do the kneading, you come back up into the back of the neck, which always feels good. Yeah. Sit up.
It's nice there.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I might go around and do the other side because he's a little bit sensitive there. Excuse me. Okay. So we would have done the effleurage, and we'll do the hand over hand. This one here. Okay. Kneading. Side not so bad. Okay. So then we would do the kneading. Coming out here, here, here. Then we can go in and we can do some broad cross fibre. We've done all these ones, I guess. Yeah. Okay, we'll just ease it off a little bit. Broad cross fibre, change directions through here, this. Okay, broad cross fibre. Okay, I can do an effleurage. We can do a draining movement. Okay, do that up to there, yeah, a bit sensitive, yeah. And into the back here, we can do some scooping. That's good. Yeah. And do the scooping through here, right down around near the quadratus lumborum. The other technique is we can do this with.
Oh, same as the stomach stretch.
Yeah. So in where the rib cage is in the top of the iliac crest, we can just do a transverse through the quadratus lumborum. Okay. Good.